This episode is brought to you by LifeLock. The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in places that could expose you to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity is stolen, their US-based restoration specialist will fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.
Merry Christmas Eve, everyone. It's me, Caroline. I'm back filling in for Ike today. Hope your holidays are in full swing. And to start your day, let's get into some news from across the state of Alabama. So first up, the Montgomery County Sheriff is asking the FBI to investigate detention centers where there are people being accused of allegedly sexually abusing minors. So an Alabama sheriff requested the FBI investigate possible civil rights violations after 2 detention officers were charged with sexually assaulting minors in a youth detention facility. One 32-year-old officer is charged with 1 count of sexual abuse against a 14-year-old who was detained in the Montgomery County Youth Detention Facility in December. The second officer, who worked at the facility for 5 years prior to his arrest, is charged with 7 counts of first-degree sodomy in a series of alleged assaults on a different 14-year-old between October 15th and November 25th. Neither officer remains employed by the Montgomery County Youth Detention Facility. One of the suspects is out on bond, and the other is detained at the Montgomery County Jail. In some good news, $57 million could be coming to Huntsville for military projects. The U.S. House of Representatives and U.S. Senate both passed a defense bill this month, and $57 million could be coming to Huntsville as a result. The 2025 National Defense Authorization Act approves $40 million for a military testing facility at Redstone Arsenal and $17 million for a base at the Alabama National Guard in Huntsville. The funding authorization totaled $895.2 billion for the Department of Defense, Department of Energy's nuclear weapons programs, and other defense initiatives. In the bill, Congress additionally asked for a report on modernizing the Ronald Reagan Ballistic Missile Defense Test Site that the U.S. Army Space and Missile Defense Command oversees at Redstone Arsenal. And lastly, Alabama can no longer replace food stamps that are lost to theft or scams. Congressional authorization that allowed Alabama to replace SNAP benefits lost to theft or fraud expired on Saturday. So this means the state can no longer process affidavits involving theft unless Congress acts. Under federal legislation, states have been allowed to use federal money to replace residents' EBT funds lost to card skimming, card cloning, and other fraud since December 21st, 2022, but the legislation set December 20th, 2024 as the end date of this provision. Scammers have stolen nearly $5 million in recent months from Alabama families who receive food stamps. In November alone, the Alabama Department of Human Resources received nearly 14,000 requests from families seeking reimbursement for funds stolen by scammers. All reports of skimming, cloning, or similar fraud will require confirmation, verifying that all information reported in the request is true and correct. Don't forget, you can read more about these stories and so much more at AL.com. And don't forget, you can also sign up to receive news into your email inbox every day if you choose to subscribe to the Huntsville Times, Birmingham News, or Mobile Press Register, whichever is most applicable to you. You can also do that on AL.com. Hope you have a great holiday. Enjoy your time with loved ones. And thanks for listening to Down in Alabama. I've been Caroline Vincent.